boom, the blinkers are about to come off. We're going to live exactly what we've created in here. Hello, good evening, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucy Davis, and you're getting me really real and really raw this evening. I have been on the road now for over a week and still got a number of weeks to go. So you're getting this November energy update, extremely real and extremely raw. Now, before I step into the November energy update, I wanted to share something really sad that I've heard today. And I know a number of you who follow me will know who Mike Shinton is. And unfortunately, in the last 24 hours, Mike has passed. I only found this out a few hours ago, and I'm just really sad by it. Mike was one of the good guys, you know, like he talked the talk and he walked his talk as well. And you know what? Heaven has gained an angel and the world has lost a very, very important warrior by him passing. So I just want to send my love and, you know, my overwhelming support to his friends and his family and to anybody who knew Mike at this really, really, really quite tragic time, taken way, way too soon. And we are all going to make sure that his legacy continues to live on because he was such an incredible man. There's videos on my YouTube channel. If you want to know who Mike is, go back and check them out. He is always a good crack, and I was hoping to see him in Birmingham in a couple of weeks for my soul school. So, because that's his stomping ground. So I'm absolutely devastated that that's not going to take place. But you know what? I have to support and just recognise that his soul was obviously ready to check out, and he obviously had finished his cycle here on Earth, and I have to love him for that because he made such an impression. And his family should be very, very, very proud of him. So, ladies and gents, the November energy is proving to be pretty buoyant, to say the least. We are stepping into a very, very powerful time. Now, I'm filming this video on Friday, the 27th of October, so we haven't even got to the full moon yet, ladies and gents. However, if you haven't watched the full moon video, please do go and check that out because I have done my best not to overlap that energy. Obviously, the full moon energy lasts from about a week before all the way through till about a week to 10 days afterwards. So there is going to be some overlaps in this. So my apologies for that, ladies and gents, but it is what it is when you know, the full moon or the new moon is as close to the monthly update as this is. So again, I would just like to acknowledge each and every one of you, and I'd like to say well done to everybody who has so far navigated the last few weeks and months. Like these times that have taken place, these situations, these circumstances that we found ourselves in and stepping through have been exceptionally powerful. You know, we started the year really, really, really strong and it was full steam ahead, but nothing compared to what we have been through August, September, October, and it will continue through November and it will continue through December. So I just wanted to say thank you. Like my gratitude is overflowing with all of you for being here, for standing in your truth, for being willing to shift the consciousness like you are. The fact that you are willing to sit here and go through this nonsense, you are one brave, brave, brave soul. So thank you from my heart to yours. Now, obviously, November means we've got the 1111 portal, and I am going to talk about that a little bit in this energy update, but it's a big day. 1111 is a big, big, big window. So do be ready for some big shifts on that day. I've seen some shifts starting to take place on 11/11, and then of course Soul School is on the 12th of November. So again, setting up beautifully, setting up in the way that it needed to be. Anyway, the first thing that they gave me when I was channeling this is that every single thing that has been concealed has to come to the surface. So let's say, for example, you did something in your work, or maybe you crashed the car and you've hidden it, or maybe you've done something, whether it's cheated or stolen or whatever. All of this stuff is going to come to the surface. Now, what's fascinating, I'm not just talking about, in politics and in things like that. I'm talking about in average, everyday, normal people's lives. So in the last week, I've heard of 3 people that have had children come out of the woodwork, literally anywhere between like 8 and 16, saying, "Hey, you're my dad." This is the kind of thing that is going to be unfolding a lot more frequently now. If you've got any illegitimate children, if you've done anything at all, you're going to be finding out about it. So just be ready is all I'm going to say, ladies and gents. The truth has to come out. And, I don't know obviously about how the men feel about it, but, it's such a gift to have a child. It's such a beautiful gift. So, there is beautiful things that are coming out of this as well. Just remember that everything has to come to the surface. Nobody can hide anymore. Nothing. The universe is not allowing that. Source is not allowing that anymore. God has had enough of people pretending. It's all about authenticity. Everything that has been suppressing the energies is going to be released. If you've been holding somebody back because you're worried about how they're going to behave or what they're going to do, it's going to come to the surface. If you are sticking in a relationship and you're stale and you don't want to be there anymore, trust me, that's going to come to the surface. Literally, I see it bubbling. The image that they're giving me now, as I close my eyes, is like the lava in a volcano. Now, I'm very lucky. As you guys know, I've traveled the world. I don't even know how many times, but one of the places where I've been, which I absolutely loved, I used to sit up on a rooftop in Guatemala, and I used to look over to the volcanoes, and one of them, I can't remember which one it was at the time, was spewing. And I'd see these beautiful puffs of smoke, and then every now and again I'd see a spew of lava coming out, and it was just such a beautiful sight. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's, the pressure within Mother Nature is literally just making people spew. So they're going to be saying, "You know what, I love you, but I can't do this anymore." We're going to have illegitimate children coming. We're going to be having, people having to have conversations that they never thought that they would have, because they always thought that they could settle. They always thought that they could just stay in a situation, but that's not the way the energies are working now. The energies are really ramping up within each of us to be more authentic. So do surrender to your authenticity. Do remember, like, you can pretend, you can hide, but it's not going to do you any favors. Everything is going to come to the surface. So for me personally, the quickest, cheapest, easiest way to do this is literally just surrender and saying, "You know what, this is me, and this is the way that it's going to be from here on in," and just be open and honest. We have to trust that everything we're being guided to, the situations, the circumstances, the people, everything is happening for our greater good. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be peaceful. We deserve to be content. There will be some opportunities to take some time out. And I really recommend, when that presents itself to you, take it. I'm really being shown, like lungs, like we need to learn how to breathe properly. We need to be taking deep breaths, not these shallow breaths that we take, these real, we need to be breathing really deeply and actually allowing the energies from Mother Nature to be coming into us and actually allowing us to be more peaceful so we can be more harmonious. Now, obviously, we've got to that time of the year when there's only a couple of months left. We're going to be setting our 2024 intentions. We're going to be making decisions as to what it is that we want to be doing with our future. But before we look forwards, it might be a really important time right now to just take a little look back. What's made you happy? What's made you sad? Have you achieved everything that you wanted to do this year? And if you didn't achieve what you wanted to do, can you see the gold as to why you didn't? Can you see, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that didn't happen. And although I still would like that, I'm grateful it didn't happen in that time, because otherwise I'd be in a situation or something that I wouldn't want to be in going forwards. I've got a number of things like that in 2023, things that I really, really, truly believed. My baby would be being born in the next couple of weeks, anytime from last week, over the next few weeks. Things like that. Heartbroken, painful things, but actually on reflection, God had my back. Ask yourself, have you taken that action to achieve what it was that you are looking for, or that what you were looking for? So let's say, for example, you were like, I know, I want to, really improve my work. I want to get a different job this year, but then you haven't actually applied for any. You haven't actually sent your CV off anywhere. So is that taking the action that you require to be able to get the result that you want? The answer is no. We have to put effort in if you want to have a relationship, and there is a real energy around relationships at the moment. So if you want to have a new relationship, like, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to be open to speaking to people. You've got to put the vibration out there that actually you are so ready to move forwards, and you are so ready to allow somebody into your life. Once you've looked back and you've really expressed and you've really felt into how things, have been for you, let's take a little look forwards to 2024. What does that look like for you? I'm so excited for 2024. I am so, so excited. There is so much to look forward to, ladies and gents. There really is. Now, through the month of November, there is going to be a new cycle beginning. And it is really time to stop messing about and embrace it. Like, literally grab it with both hands and bring it into you and just enjoy every single moment. It's going to speed up even further than it has done. Seeds are being sown that will escalate. Boom! Time is going to go even faster than everything that we have currently known. And trust me, I mean, you don't need to trust me. You've been living it too. Like, this year has gone supersonic speed. I mean, how are we stepping into November, ladies and gents? Well, it's going to be April in a minute. We'll just blink and we're going to wake up in spring. That's the good thing about it now, right? We can get through the winter a lot quicker. During this period of time of new beginnings and these seeds being sown, please, please, please become the master question asker. Ask questions. If you like somebody and you want to know if they like you, ask the question. If you like somebody and you want to be with them and you want to know if they see themselves living with you, ask the question. If you want to have a baby, ask the question. If you want to create abundance, ask the questions to those people who are making the kind of abundance that you want. Like, ask the questions, ladies and gents. I literally teach my coaches how to do this, how to become the master question asker. I truly believe I am a master question asker. I ask questions about everything to navigate how we get to the point that we need to get to. I'm not going to make assumptions. What are assumptions, ladies and gents? Assumptions are the mother of all ups, which is why we don't want to make them. There's no point making assumptions because none of us think the same. So stop assuming that we do, and that will mitigate all of that. Oh, my favorite subject, love, 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 love. My favorite subject by far. Relationships are about to blossom. People are tired of being anything other than authentic. Long-term relationships are coming to an end. People are moving on. I think I said it in a recent video, a handful of my friends are leaving their partners, and I'm absolutely shocked. Like, I've heard about cousins and all sorts of things, and I'm shocked. But we're realizing that we're out of alignment from people, that we need to be stepping in a completely different direction. Now, this person does not align to me. This person it doesn't make me want to be the best person that I know that I can be. This person judges me for doing this thing. And that isn't a way to live anymore. Like, we literally cannot stand it. Our soul is repelling it. Our soul is saying, no, we're coming back online. Our soul is saying, nope, this is the way that we're going to be going. Remember, ladies and gents, your outside world is a direct reflection of how you are on the inside. So if everything is hectic and if everything is dramatic, trust me, on the inside, trust me, everything out there will be. Likewise, if everything internal is peaceful and calm, no matter what shit is hitting the fan, that is how your outside world is going to be. And interestingly enough, ladies and gents, my world has never been peaceful, more peaceful than the last 6 months of my life. Ever in my life. It's open to you. You have to make the decision. You don't need to get involved in the gossip or the drama or the bitching or the backstabbing. You don't need to get in the perpetual cycle of lying or anything like that. Devious, deceit, all of it, as I mentioned in the full moon energy update, all of that's been dredged to the surface so people can see exactly who people are. Some people think that others are stupid, but they've taken those rose tinted glasses off. It's almost like source has gone, right, wipe the sleepy from your eyes, and now everybody's going to see very, very, very clearly. For all of the negativity in the world, there is positivity. You get to choose which ones you live in. You get to choose. These people that are constantly searching for drama, the drama's going to come to them. Nothing will stop that. There's a massive thread of soul purpose being activated in November. Now, I hadn't connected the dot at this point, but it's literally just gone ding as I've just said that out loud. The soul, once activated, allows you to connect to the purpose. When we've got rid of some of the traumas and the limiting beliefs, obviously we get connected to our purpose. Now, that isn't necessarily the fact that we're a mum or the fact that we run a really amazing business over here. This is a purpose that the soul has incarnated to deliver to this planet. Now, purpose is going to be a big thing through November. And obviously I'm doing Soul School on the 12th of November, and it's all about activating the soul to its divine purpose. So I should have thought about this earlier, but maybe that is going to be the catalyst for this shift taking place, for purpose to really start surfacing and starting to take over the energies. People are feeling much more brave to get aligned now. People are, giving up the alcohol, for example, when all of their friends drink alcohol. People are being brave enough now to sit there and be like, do you know what? That doesn't align to me. That doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me behave like the best person that I know that I can be. So I'm going to step away from that now. People are being much more brave to share this and to show this, which is exciting. It's so exciting. November is going to accelerate people's gifts coming online and the spiritual awakening that is happening on the planet right now. I'm talking psychic, mediumship, intuition, telepathy. All of these amazing gifts are coming online. People seeing spirit, hearing spirit, feeling spirit, getting all the smells from spirit. It's all coming online. And it's literally so obvious in all of our families. The amount of people that have been speaking to me on the phone whilst I've been on the road, and I'm like, yeah, you predicted that. Yeah, you predicted that. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You predicted it. Because I remember this stuff. It's important to me because I'm like, they're waking up. They're waking up. They're getting it. They're getting it. So for me, it's really important to remember this information so I can be like, there you go. It's such an exciting time to be alive, ladies and gents. Like, I am so excited right now. As I mentioned in the full moon update, death and rebirth are going to continue through the whole of this month. I spoke about it happening in the first week, the energies of the full moon still, but this is going to be taking place, they've told me, through the whole of November. So this is, do not be surprised when situations come to an end and then new beginnings start. Remember, rebirth is new beginnings. It's bringing something online. It's giving new life to something. Now, I know wholeheartedly that my heart is about to get activated in a way that I didn't think would happen. I can just feel it. I can feel the energies are shifting, and it is all being directed to that right now. And I'm really excited by that. And you can be excited too, because it's not just about me. If it's happening to me, it can happen to you too. Anything that you have been putting off is going to work its way to the surface right now. So, ladies and gents, top tips: stop putting things off. We're making things hard for ourselves. I said this yesterday to a group of people. Stop putting things off today because they're uncomfortable, because at some point you're going to have to come back and do it again. And the more days that pass, the more uncomfortable they become. So just get on it. This procrastination needs to be put to bed. Shadow work is coming up with a vengeance. Healing, triggers, people. Interestingly, I've heard from 2 exes in the last 24 hours. Really interesting. Healing energies. That's what's happening. I had a really profound dream about 3 of my exes. And then the next day, 2 exes messaged me. Why? Because it's healing time. It's right. You are serious about moving forwards, right? It's about bringing all this into alignment. It's about bringing it all into wholeness and being able to step forward and love yourself for it. I had a very profound experience with the process that I'm going to take you guys through at Soul School, whereby I met my 5-year-old self, and then I met the version of me that had to deal with my sister's drug addiction, and it was profound, the messages that came through. So if anyone coming to Soul School, you're going to have this process that I've just spoken about. We must recognize it's a prerequisite to do the shadow work before we can move forwards. Now, there's a lot of people pretending that they've done the shadow work. There's a lot of people pretending they've got their shit together. Trust me, none of us have got our shit together. If anybody tells you they have, or that they're a guru, or they're peaceful all the time, they're lying to you. Fact. You know, we need to be real right now. And the truth of the matter is, none of us that are human beings this lifetime are anywhere near having our shit together any amount. Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong, there are people who learn how to work with it a lot easier, and they've got the awareness and the consciousness, and they've got processes that they can step through. I'm not saying that, but they still get triggered. Anybody avoiding this work is going to struggle. Self-responsibility is key right now, and if you are not willing to invest in yourself, sorry to be doing this, but I just feel very teacher all of a sudden. Anybody not willing to take self-responsibility for their healing journey, just be aware of that fact. Now I understand why I was doing this. Because teaching, learning, knowledge is a very important phase right now. Be open to remembering every single one of us have the knowledge. We've got the wisdom. We've been distracted by school. We've been distracted by work. We've been distracted by sex, drugs, rock and roll, and all the rest of it. We've been distracted by it. But now we're calling the ancient wisdom back in to our mind's eye so that we can create the shifts that we need to do. That is a massive part of our soul journey. It's about calling it back in. Be open to remembering. Dreams, like I was just talking about, they're going to be very big teachers for us right now. Our spirituality is coming back online. I don't really like that word, but you know, it's our gifts. They're coming back online. It's almost like we've been rebooted. Reboot computer, that kind of thing, you know. I'm excited to say that November is going to see a massive surge of creativity as well. I am on massive content creation mode at the moment, and I am loving it. Recognize where you are avoiding taking responsibility to your creativity. Are you stopping yourself? Are you blocking yourself? Are you getting too much in your head? Like, recognize where you are not taking responsibility. In fact, just look at self-responsibility, full stop. Those people who are not willing to take self-responsibility, they're going to really end up spinning in this illusion. The illusion is it's going to gain some power. It's going to gain some momentum for those people that are not willing to step out of it. Now, there's a lot of conversations taking place at the moment about like being woke and things like that. I'm talking about being conscious, not about being woke or awake to the nonsense that's been going on over the last few years. I'm talking about conscious. I'm talking about living consciously. I'm talking about behaving consciously. I'm talking about higher levels of consciousness. Now, this is something that I don't say lightly, but this is what they gave me. Through the month of November, addictions are going to rise. So for any of you out there with an addictive personality, please, please, please get on top of it. Please recognize where you're drinking too much, recognize where you're smoking too much, recognize whatever it is that your addiction is, whether it's sex, drugs, rock and roll, I don't know. Be very aware of where that is happening and check yourself. Get people to check in on you as well if you are somebody like that. One of my favorite sayings, and they gave this to me: discipline is the ultimate freedom. Most people don't like boundaries and standards and, structure. But they reminded me to tell you that discipline is the ultimate freedom. So please do remember that. So the 1111 portal is going to see a massive surge in the energy of manifestation. It is also going to see a massive surge in like an awakening wave, if that takes place. The words that they gave me were new awakenings are afoot, Lucy. And I was like, okay, I like that. That sounds exciting. I don't know who it was speaking to me, but it was a very, very powerful new awakenings are afoot. Obviously, straight after 1111, we have the 12th of November, which is Soul School. This is where souls from all over the world are going to come to Birmingham, and the soul is going to be activated and the purpose brought back online, which directly correlates to the information that I was talking about purpose. And that wasn't intentional, ladies and gents. We will be utilizing these transformational energies and bringing it back online. I'm going to be reminding you of how to ask questions and how to recognize what's being shown and what's being guided to you. I'm going to remind you to trust your soul, that it knows exactly what it's doing. Now, there are still tickets left. I don't know if there's any VIP tickets left, ladies and gents, but I will pop the link in the description field. So do head over there, even if you just want to sign up for my website or my newsletter, my weekly newsletter. All sorts of stuff goes out in there, offers and bits and pieces. So do sign up for that if you're not already a member, and you can buy your Soul School tickets there as well. So there's been a few timeline shifts recently, and I see that November is going to create quite a big timeline shift, and I feel it's going to be off the back of Soul School. I've been shown that there is going to be a certain formation that creates once we're done in the middle of the UK, which is Birmingham, and that is going to create a timeline shift. I'm being shown that there's maybe 2 or 3 timelines that are higher timeline of where we are right now, but it depends where we are as a collective as to which one we choose. So, and it could be that we end up going on 2 separate timelines. Like anything could happen. Trust me, right now, anything could happen, ladies and gents. And we just need to be very aware that that could really be a thing. Just be open to anything, and then you won't be upset, disappointed, shocked, or any of that good stuff. Please be aware of fear. My favorite one-liner that I've been saying all the way through for the last 3.5, 4 years is observe, but do not consume. If you cannot observe without consuming the energies, if you cannot look at something and not get fearful, then don't watch it. Everything is based on your vibration right now, not mine. My life is dependent on my vibration. So if you are stepping into the fear porn, if you are listening to people talking about, the situations that are going on around the world, and I'm sure you can all think of 100, you are reducing your vibration to that. Be very aware, ladies and gents, people are they're still getting involved in all this noise and all this toxicity. And then they're like, why is my life such a mess? It's like, well, you're choosing that. You're showing up for that. That's why that's turning up for you. The blinkers are about to come off. People are going to start to get extremely focused. They're going to be able to see very, very clearly. What a ride this journey has been, ladies and gents. Like, I can see why a lot of people didn't want to sign up for this, but I can also see why we were crazy enough to do it, because as much as sometimes it can, you know, we can get suckered into it. My goodness, what an experience it's been. Coming together with our soul family, you know, like Soul School is going to be amazing. All these souls from around the world coming together and literally creating a new vibration that's going to ripple out all across the world. Game changer. It's a game changer. If you want to be a part of that, please do make sure that you're there. Now, the last thing I was asked to share with you guys for the November energy update is the warriors are rising. New leaders are emerging that are honest, caring, genuine, and loving. It's happening. It's happening, ladies and gents. We are stepping into the world that we have been creating in our mind. Now, if that is treacherous, war, all of these things, then that's what you're creating. If, on the other hand, you've been living in, you know what, I'm going to grow my own fruits and vegetables, I'm going to make sure I've got clean water, I'm going to, you know, do all of the things, you're going to be getting more of that. If you're sat in meditation constantly, you're going to get more of that. You know, it's going to be whatever you have been creating in your mind's eye, you're going to be living. And I've been saying this for years. Since I stopped with the truth stuff in March 2021, I have non-stop spoken about this. You are literally creating your reality. And I know there are so many people out there with such beautiful intentions, but they are still creating a lower vibration for people, and they're getting suckered into it. Because as much as they talk a good story and they say that they understand it in the way that it is, they're not living true to it. They can't help themselves getting involved, because by putting a really triggering post out there, it gets lots of likes, it gets lots of attention. Doing stuff to keep people calm, it's not going to get you followers. We're going to live exactly what we've created in here. So choose very wisely, my friends. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I know some of you are going to comment on my nails, so I'm just going to show you them. I'll get some cheeky comments if you had time to do that today or whatever. So I'm just going to point them out. I'm very proud of them. Look at them. They look beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. And don't forget to please send some serious love out to Mike Shinton, who is now in the cosmos doing his thing. All right. I love you guys to the moon and stars. I will see you in the next video Monday at 5 p.m. Okay. Lots of love, guys. You take care now.